This afternoon. What I want to do is firstly introduce you to our top table. Firstly, on my far right is advisor to Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Andrew McKyle. This man here needs no introduction at all in boxing. He's the MBE, that is in his capacity today as the Chief Executive of Hatton Promotions, Ricky Hatton MBE. And the reason why we are all here as well this afternoon is the man in the middle, homecoming here at St Helens this afternoon. 31 years old, he's been a professional boxer since 2007. Great career up to date. The last time I had the pleasure of introducing this man, it was in front of 20,000 fans last year at the Manchester Arena when Jorge Navarro came to challenge Martin. And it was scheduled for 12 rounds, but Martin put paid to that by stopping it in round 6. So it was a great successful date for him last November. Great career up to date, 27 visits to the ring as a professional boxer. He's had 25 victories. He's had one draw with just one defeat on his record. He is, without a doubt, the fighting pride of St Helens, Merseyside. Would you please welcome the star of our press conference this afternoon, the one and only Martin Murray. So, ladies and gentlemen, to conduct our press conference.
Footage there of what a wonderful career Martin's had to date. And it doesn't stop there. As Paul said, he's going to Australia, Sydney, Australia, to fight Garth Wood. Garth Wood is very tough, like you would expect from an Aussie. He has a KO win over Anthony Mundine, a 5th round KO win over Anthony Mundine, Anthony Mundine is probably the biggest name in Australian boxing at present. He has a 5th round knockout win, and he's coming off also 2 knockout wins. So it's going to be a very, very tough fight. He's a decent puncher, but when you look at Martin's last performance against Sergio Martin, as the #1 middleweight in the world, Martin has no fear of going anywhere, or fighting anyone. He has no fear of boxing abroad, in his last 2 fights, back-to-back world titles, and going to Germany against Felix Stern, got a draw, and the Sergio Martinez fight, which I think was a shambolic decision, to be honest with you. But it has been a very frustrating time for me as Martin's promoter, and none more frustrating for the man that's sat to me on the right hand side. We've had date problems and everything, and Martin's had visa problems with getting into the United States, which I think that is going to be a thing of the past, as I'm going to speak to you a little bit more about in the future. But you know, a lot to be proud of. You know, with Martin Murray here. You know, he fights Garth Wood in Sydney on the 11th of December. Really tough fight, defending his interim title. And you know, we're only a matter of weeks. I wish I could let the cat out of the bag, but we're only a matter of weeks on announcing Martin's next fight, which will probably be around about February time, when he'll get another world title shot. You know, his third world title shot, and I'm sure it'll be third time lucky. And then if we get that world title shot in February, which I promise you, you know, it's done. We've just got to, you know, dot and cross the T's, as they say. But you know, I think that will be the gateway for him to get into the United States. You know, once he has that World Championship round his waist, I think, you know, the visa problems will be made a lot easier for us, and Martin will get the recognition that he, you know, that he deserves. It has been a frustrating few months, but 2014 is going to be Martin's year. It starts in December against Garth Wood, defence of that interim title, and then when he fights for that world title in the beginning of next year, which I promise you, it will be just a matter of weeks from doing the deal. And I wish I could, you know, I was hoping we was going to get the chance to announce it today. Not quite. You'll have to wait a couple of weeks, but it's fast coming, and you know, Martin's career will kick on from there on in. You know, it's been, you know, a pleasure promoting, you know, Martin. You know, he's one of the. When I look at Martin, I look at myself in many respects. You know, Martin is like, you know, Felix Stern in Germany, yeah, I'll take it. You know, Sergio Martinez in Argentina, yeah, I'll take it. You know, he's absolutely fearless. You know, there's lots of great opportunities out there. There's like Golovkin, there's Sergio Martinez, there's Darren Barker, the IBF Championship. If we can get the world title shot for Martin, you know, in the beginning of next year, we can go and revisit the Darren Barker match, which I think will be an absolutely fantastic fight for British boxing. We're actually waiting on confirmation from Box Nation, and Sky are actually interested in televising this fight, which I think is very important. You know, that people, the British public, get the chance to see Martin. You know, Darren Barker won the IBF title, and I'm sure, you know, I was very proud of Darren. You know, fair play to him. But you know, this is the best middleweight in the country, and next year, you know, people are gonna realise that he's really gonna kick on. I'd like to just thank you all for this, you know, wonderful turnout. It's been a frustrating time, you know, for all of us, but you know, kick on is what we're gonna do from here on in. Starts in December, world title at the beginning of next year. Hopefully we get that visa and we can go into the United States, and you know, and Martin will get the recognition he deserves. He'll be, you know, the fights in Las Vegas, the fights in Madison Square Garden, they're all just a stone throw away from Martin, but it all starts December the 11th with Garth Wood. Well, thank you for the turnout. It's absolutely fantastic here, and if you would like to ask any questions on this.
To be honest with you, not much, because I knew I was an elite fighter and world class, and I knew I could go over there and do what I did to Martinez. Fair enough, I never got the decision, but you know, I think I come up to with my stock eye. You know, I got more out of a loss than he did out of a win, so I didn't learn much in terms of finding out where I was, because I knew I was there. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, the whole experience of Argentina was a great experience. Going over there, fighting someone like him, who's a massive star, and just seeing, you know, having Ricky would have experienced it loads of times fighting in Vegas, but you know, I never experienced it. I was lucky enough to experience it in Argentina. But like Ricky said, fights come up, and I just take them. I just want to. I'm a fighter. I'm happy when I'm fighting, and that's all I want to do. And this is why with this fight with what Steve just said, why take the risk? Well, it's a fight at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? I last fought in April, and if I was going to wait until February, it's nearly 10 months, and it's just too long. I'm coming into my prime now. I want to be fighting. And I was offered this fight in Australia, which is a great place from what I've been told, and I'm just really looking forward to going over there and just getting the job done.
Have you got over the disappointment of that decision? I mean, that was the second bad one you were on the other.
Yeah, well, I was obviously gutted, but myself, Oliver, the team, we knew what we had to do to go over there and beat him, and we just had a knockout in our head. You know, no matter what happened, if it went to points, we knew we wasn't gonna get the decision. So unless we knocked him out, we knew we wasn't gonna get it. And to be honest with you, that's why in the interview after the fight, I wasn't really drilling on the fact that I should have got the decision, because like I said, I had it in my head beforehand. if I was going to go over and beat him over there, I was gonna have to knock him out. So it was obviously it was disheartening, but me from being a kid, I got more first. It was Nosey Road, and now it's obviously, and this actually suits better with me only living grew up a stone's throw away from me. So it's always been a big dream of mine. I'd love the fact to defend an homecoming here, defending my world title. I've been Germany, been Australia, been Argentina, Australia. I think wherever the next fight is after this, obviously if I get through it, I don't know, it could be again on a way sore, but hopefully get the title and come back and have an homecoming here, be a dream come true.
You're due a home fixture, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, it could be, it might not be here, but I'm hoping to make an announcement in the next week. Very, very excited about it. From my promotional outfit point of view, a lot of people will say, well, Martin should be fighting in England, which is what we want to do. But I've been working very well with Box Nation lately. And if you've noticed on Box Nation, from my fighting point of view, Gary Buckland fought on Box Nation against Stephen Smith not long ago. On the Kelbrook fight recently, two of my prospects boxed on the undercard, Scott Jenkins and Adam Etches. This Saturday in Hull, my two heavyweights, Lucas Brown and Richard Towers, are fighting. So I'm doing really well with Box Nation now. Sky have sort of like come back into the frame. So Martin will get his chance to fight on home soil. He will get his chance to to go on the TV, and the British public are gonna see him. From my it's no secret that promotions, when the dates fell through from Sky, it was a little bit of a struggle, but it's coming back to fruition now. So the British fight fans are going to get the chance to to see this fella now, which is more important for me. I think one thing that Martin needs is to have this fight, he'll win that world title, and then the fights start coming, he starts appearing on TV, he'll get the recognition he deserves. He's the best middleweight in the country for me, as far as I'm.
Could you give us an assessment of how you think he sits next to Barker and Macklin now?
Well, Darren, won the world title, and he, very, very proud of him. In fact, in the manner of his performance, he got down off that, rib bender of a body shot, and we thought he was done, and he'd come back, but that's, fair play to him. But the gentleman he boxed, no disrespect to Darren, it wasn't a Felix Stern, wasn't a Sergio Martinez, and I think you've got to look at his performance against Sergio Martinez, even though he hasn't got the belt yet. For me, he's the best middleweight in the company, in the country. And when he gets that, at the minute, if you're Darren Barker or you're Matthew Macklin or who's going to want to fight him? You get beat. That's my opinion. He has that world title belt around his waist, and then these fights all start to happen. Then everybody wants him then, because he's got something that they want, and that's the aim really. Down limitations, this fight, impress, broaden your fan base over in in Australia, put in a good performance, see it as your shop window, get that world title, and Martin's career will just open up then, as far as I'm concerned.
You would, in theory, contracts allowing, you would in theory like to get him in with Barker and Matthew. There's some great domestic showdowns.
Absolutely,
there. In terms of building his profile.
And Darren Barker's got the IBF title. Martin, secures his world title in February. Then we can sit to the table, with Darren Barker, and he's got more chance of happening. It's always difficult, with different promoters, but my relationship has grown in the recent months with Matchroom Boxing, so I'm confident we can do that match.